Love and greetings to you. I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation. Been doing this for a very long time with our courses and books and these articles that we have and these videos. We've saved thousands and thousands of marriages. Right now we have over 70,000 subscribers. I'd like you to become one too. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we're going to get into this topic, the top 5 effective marriage communication tips. And this took a lot of thought on my part because I didn't want to just give you just anything. I want it to be really very useful for you. So the number one is be in a good space of feeling the love for your spouse. You know what I mean? Oftentimes what happens is we just have something come on our mind and we just blurt it out without thinking, or even with thinking. But what we're doing when we're thinking is we're thinking about, okay, how do I approach this and like that? Now, that's all happening on what you might call an intellectual or mundane level when we just blurt it out. Even when it's thought through, it's still on a mundane level. What I mean by that is that the material plane of consciousness, that's a mouthful, right? So we are consciousness, we're souls, but we also have free will, so we can kind of be in any space we want to be. We could be in a happy space or a miserable space, and it's all free will. We get to choose. But all of those are the material plane of consciousness, meaning it's like part of the mind. But there's another level of consciousness that we all strive for, consciously or unconsciously. And that's a plane of consciousness that is above the material plane of consciousness. And that plane of consciousness is called love. It's why you connected with your soulmate. You didn't connect with them because both of you like to bowl or hunt rabbits. You connected because you felt this love. And you didn't feel it up here. You felt it here in your heart because you're soulmates. It's a higher state of consciousness, this consciousness of love. It's misrepresented by Western psychology as an emotion, but it is not an emotion. Sure, we also have an emotion of love, but that's very different. That's an increased like. This feeling of love, you might say, is the only true feeling there is, because as souls, we're part of God. But when we come into the state of living that we're in this world, we're material beings, and we adopt our pseudo soul, our fake who we are, ego, but that's not who we really are. And because the world is so dangerous, your husband or your wife is the only one you're meant to really connect with on this very, very deep level. So you want to get back into that state of mind. Before you talk, you want to be in that state of love. So you stop everything that's going on in your mind and you go, oh, I love her, or I love him. And then you're able to communicate. This is probably the most important tip of all. Number 2, by the way, have you gone ahead and subscribed? Please do so and like the video. Number 2. Now, this is when we tie together in real terms the soul and the mind, and we include the body, but in a higher way. So number 2 is include physical components in your communication, like smiling or touching, not groping, but touching with love. Smiling is very important. And the eyes reveal your heart, so open your eyes to them. And again, make every moment with your soulmate special. Make every communication special. You want to have a great marriage, this is how you do it. So before you start jabbering, before you start complaining, before you start discussing the kids or how you're aunt did this to you, or how your brother-in-law did that to you. Just stop. Bring love in. It's already there. But what you're doing is you're realigning yourself with that. This is a really important and a good one. Number 3. Yes, I'm reading these. Consider the moment for any topic that needs to be discussed with a sense of importance. So you don't want to just say something that has nothing to do with the moment and throw your wife or your husband off guard. You want to select the moment. You could even prepare the moment. So when you are ready to have this discussion, and if it's a hard discussion to have, and now I'm not talking about discussions where you're pointing out flaws or talking about what's wrong with you or with them. You never do that. That's not part of good communication. But if it's a topic that both of you need to invest your thinking into, like how are we going to cover the rent, or how's the job, or should we move, or are the kids in the right school, topics like that. Just be prepared, keep the love there, keep the physical components of smiling and touch there, and just set it up properly. It'll be much better. Okay, number 4. Now, this is so simple, it's ridiculous. So, and we should all be doing this all the time with our soulmate. So this one I chose, compliments and even flattery are bridge builders. Bridge builders are so important because marriage means connection, means union. So you're constantly building that bridge between the two of you. So I think it's a good idea to start any conversation with, wow, I'm so in love with you. Or wow, you're so handsome. Wow, you're so beautiful. Just let them know you're coming, and you're coming with love. Okay? The last one goes back to the first one. What a coincidence. Be loving. Not phony, but phony's better than being an a-hole, but be loving. Is that so difficult? Remember when you were dating and how loving you were, how considerate you were, how you went out of your way to make sure that everyone felt good? That's what I'm talking about. We naturally, because of the way the mind plays us, think as time goes by, we can dispense with all of that formal love business. No, you want your marriage to grow and grow with love and specialness and heart's feeling. So always be loving. If you can't be loving at the moment, just keep your mouth closed. That's not a sin. But it is a sin to say something that will hurt their feelings or you will later regret because you'll realize it actually hurt their feelings. Whereas if you're loving, you don't have to worry about that stuff. Go to the website that we have and download the top 10 do's and don'ts. That'll help you also. And I'm Paul Friedman. Leave a comment if you want. I founded the Marriage Foundation. We're very different from everyone else out there because we don't use Western psychology in any of what we teach. Thank you for stopping by. God bless you, and take care.